Okay, hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Engineer Matthew Efemorege. I'm the lead engineer of Mattomo Homes and Properties. This evening, I'll be bringing to your way 8 important things you should know before starting your building construction. 8 important things you should know or you should have done before starting your construction or before taking workers to site. A lot of time people just take workers and move to site. And because they don't have this basic knowledge, they encounter difficulties, they encounter challenges on the site, and they look confusing. Now, this is where we come in. This is what I'm going to pass across to you this evening. And if there are other things you want us to help you at, you can reach across to us. Our phone number will be displayed on the screen. But these 8 things I want to mention now, they are very important. They are very, very important. There is no site I go to, or there is no client I handle a project for, whether in Lagos, whether in Abuja, whether in Port Harcourt, whether in Kano, whether in even in Aba. I was there the other day. There is no project I handle for my clients that I don't put all these things in place, because failure to put these things in place is preparation to fail. As the saying goes, failure to plan is planning to fail. So that is why I want you to take your time, watch this video to the end, watch this video to the end, in order for you to have an understanding of these 8 important things you should do before taking workers to site. You understand? And if you are a busy person, you can reach across to us. I'm a civil engineer. That is the work we do. We can help you to handle those things. Once again, you are welcome to Mattomo Homes and Properties. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, share, comment, and like. Thank you very much. Now, the first one on our list here will be first site clearing. Now, this involves removing topsoil, debris, and unwanted structures, and also ensuring that the area is clean and accessible for machineries. Before carrying out any foundation in a site, ensure that you carry out site clearing. Now, the second thing you should do on site before foundation is site surveying. This involves ensuring that you engage a professional surveyor and also mark out the building layout using pegs. Will be the work of a surveyor you have engaged, using pegs, using rows and lines, and they will also establish reference points and benchmark and confirm boundaries to avoid encroachments. There are some people, when they go to sites, they encroach on other people's land because they didn't involve a surveyor to ensure that the boundaries are maintained, and also to ensure that they don't encroach into other people's land. This is the work of a surveyor to prevent such um, acts that will bring about issues or legal matters in courts. So when you get to site, you carry a site surveying to ensure that a really established reference point and a benchmark is carried out. That is what is important. The third thing you should do before beginning foundation of a site, the third thing you should do is soil test. Now, this ensures that you conduct a soil test to determine the following. The soil test will help you to know the load bearing capacity of that soil. Not every soil can carry 3-story building or 3-story building or any type of soil. It's not every type of soil that can carry a building. There are things you must do on that soil. Then the soil type also determine the type of building you will build. There are clay soil, there are sandy soil. Then the soil test will also make you to know the groundwater. There are places the groundwater is very high. You see water flowing on top of on the surface of the ground. So it's the soil test that will determine all this, the bearing capacity of the soil. What can the soil carry? What can that land carry? This will also determine the type of foundation you will do. There are people that don't know the type of foundation they will do. They'll just go there and start building. After some time, the building will begin to sink gradually, or it will begin to crack. A soil that has a lot of clay soil, the building most of the time begins to crack after 1 or 2 years or 3 years. And when it begins to crack, is a big problem. It's a big problem. So there are things to do in this type of land. There are type of foundations to carry out. Now, the fourth thing you should do before moving to a site to start is obtain a building permit. Obtain a building permit. A lot of people don't know that you have to obtain a building permit from your state's Ministry of Works or Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning or Ministry of Department. Every state has this thing that I've mentioned. This ensure that you secure approval from local town planning or development authorities. Get and structural plans approved. Your architectural plan must be approved. Your structural plan must be approved by the building permitting authorities. Every state has it. Don't just go to site begin to build. And if in case you don't know, this is where we also come in to assist you to ensure that you get the right building plan permit. You have seen a situation where some structures got demolished after some time. Now the fifth thing you should do before moving to a site is ensure that you have these necessary tools you are seeing here. Ensure that uh, you have them before moving to a site. Mobilize for tools like wheelbarrow, like shovel. Ensure that there are pegs. Ensure that there are ropes. Ensure that you have plumb. Ensure that you have what they also call builder square, tapes, and trowel. You also need to have a pan. You don't just say the workers that will come will have all this, but have them in case they don't have it. Also ensure that you have hammer, you have a saw. These are common tools that should be on site. Common tools, can see them on a better pictures here that you are seeing on the screen. And sometimes you may need to have a concrete mixer, a, a mobile one or a manual one. It all depends on the type of structures you intend building. If it's a massive structures, you will need all this. You will need a hose. You need a what we call poker or a vibrating machine. If it's a massive concrete work, you need a vibrating machine to ensure that the concrete work is well casted. So these are some of the tools as you have seen on the screen here that will help you and guide you and know the type of tools you should buy or you should have. After buying it, it's not what you give out. They will use it and return it as if you are the one handling it. But if the site engineer is there, most of the time we know how to retrieve this from the workers to ensure that it doesn't get lost. So mobilizing for tools is very important. The number 16, which is very important, we normally say safety first. Safety is first, is health and safety preparation. Health and safety preparation. It is good that you conduct risk assessment of that site and also brief workers on safety procedures. Brief the workers on the importance of safety. Ensure first aid is provided on the site and fire extinguisher. Provide first aid and fire extinguisher, and also provide helmets, boots, and glove. You understand? Things that can be used as a protective measures against site injuries. So these are things you should have. Then have drugs, spirit, common things. Then the seventh thing you should have on site is what we call prepare a temporary store for building materials. Those things you just bought, those tools, those shovel, those wheelbarrow, those pans, cement, things that should be protected in a site. There are places where you should keep them. We call it a temporary store building. This is where we prepare this thing. This is where all the necessary working tools will be kept during the course of the project. All the necessary working tools in order to protect those working tools. And finally, the eighth thing you should do before starting a site work is confirm foundation design. Confirm the foundation design. confirm the types of foundation you are going to use. There are different types of foundation. There's what we call strip footing foundation. There's what we call isolated foundation. There's what we call continuous wall footing. And there's what we call combined footing. So because the type of soil, that's why important it is important to carry out soil test. The type of soil will determine the type of foundation. Thank you. Now, if you have enjoyed this lectures or this class, I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also reach out to us in case you need our services. We are Mattomo Homes and Properties. We are into architectural, structural design. We are into building and construction. Thank you very much.